So welcome children once again. Now today we are going to study chemistry class 10 and we are in the chapter 5. So children, in chapter 5, as you all know, that the syllabus has been reduced and we have to just study now relative vapor density, numericals on it, percentage composition and empirical formula and molecular formula. So we have done some questions on vapor density. Today I am going to do few questions from your book which are given in the exercises as a revision. And the first question, children, we are going to do is that calculate the percentage composition of potassium chlorate. Calculate the percentage composition. So we are calculating the percentage composition. And the first percentage composition we are calculating is of potassium chlorate, that is KClO3. And children, whenever this percentage is asked, the atomic masses of all the atoms present in a compound are given. So we say that the atomic mass of potassium is 39, chlorine is 35.5 and oxygen is 16. Now children, first of all, what we calculate the molecular weight of KClO3. We calculate the total weight of KClO3. That means that children, it contains one atom of potassium, so we write 39, plus it contains one atom of chlorine, we write 35.5, and it contains three atoms of oxygen, so we write 3 into 16. Now children, that makes 39 plus 35.5 plus 48. So it is 48, and if you total it children, it comes out to be 122.5. I have calculated these values so that time can be consumed for other programs also. Now children, we are going to calculate the percentage of potassium present, percentage of chlorine and percentage of oxygen. So percentage of potassium will be, potassium is 39 out of 122.5, and for percentage we multiply it by 100 and we get the answer as 31.84%. Now children, this is the question I have taken from your Selena book on page 91, and this is question number 6. So this is the percentage I have calculated for potassium. Now we calculate the percentage of chlorine. It will come out to be 35.5 because 35.5 parts are of chlorine out of 122.5 into 100. And children, this comes out, when we calculate it, this comes out to be 28.98%. And in the same way children, we calculate the percentage of oxygen, which is 48. Here we have seen that it is 48 parts out of 122.5 parts, and out of 100, or when we calculate the percentage, it comes out to be 39.18%. So children, when we write the answer to it, we say that answer is potassium is 31.84%. Chlorine is 28.98% and oxygen is 39.18%. And children, we can even check our answer. This percent means that if we add all these three percentages, it should come out to be 100. So if we add all these, it will come out to be 100. So your answer can be checked. If it is not coming 100, it can come like 99.99 or 99.98. Then also children, your answer is correct, because we are just finding out these percentage up to 2 places of decimal. I hope children, this question you have followed. This is the percentage composition which is asked, and children, we are calculating the percentage of each atom, of each element of an atom which is present in the compound. So children, I hope you have followed this question. This is question 6. Now we move on to the next question, and that is question number 5 on the same page. Now children, there is, okay, we are going to do question number 4 first. So the question says like that, कि find the percentage of water of crystallization in copper sulfate dot 5H2O. So we have to find out the percentage of water of crystallization present in this hydrated molecule of copper sulfate. So the values are given. Copper atomic weight is 64, sulfur is 32, oxygen is 16 and hydrogen is 1. So children, what is the first step to find out? The first step is to find out the molecular weight of this whole molecule, which is even containing this water of crystallization. So copper is 1 atom, so 64. Sulfur is 1 atom, 32. Oxygen is 4 atoms, so we say 4 into 16 plus this water molecule, children, we calculate separately. 2 molecules of oxygen plus 2 atoms of oxygen plus 1 atom of 2 atoms of hydrogen and 1 atom of oxygen. So we calculate it like this. This becomes 64 plus 32. This makes 64 plus 5 into 18. And children, if you see, 5 into 18 is 90. So it comes out to be 64 plus 32 plus 64 plus 90. 4 and 6 and 10, that makes 0. Then 10, 16, 17, 18, 19, 250. So children, this is the molecular weight or relative molecular weight of the whole molecule. Now in this question, children, it is only asking us to find out the percentage composition of water of crystallization. So we find out the percentage of water present in it, and it will be water is, children, 90 parts out of 250 parts, and it is out of 100. So when we calculate this value comes out to be 36%. So children, only in a compound, only percentage composition of water of crystallization is asked and not of all the other elements present in this compound. I hope this question is clear to you. Now children, we'll move on to the next question, which is that calculate the percentage composition of phosphorus. Calculate the percentage composition of phosphorus in calcium phosphate. Calculate the percentage composition of phosphorus in calcium phosphate. And children, I hope this is the formula. You all know that phosphate is having valency 3, it comes here, calcium is having. And now children, for phosphorus, all the atomic weights are again given. Calcium is 40, phosphorus is 31, oxygen is 16. And now children, we calculate first the molecular weight of calcium phosphate. Now children, we have 3 atoms of calcium, that makes 3 into 40. I hope you have followed this. 3 atoms of calcium. And how many atoms of phosphorus are present, children? This is 2. So it is 2 into 31. And plus 4 into 2, 8 atoms of oxygen are present. So 3 into 40 makes 120 plus 62 plus 8 16s are, it will come out to be 128. So 128, and if you add this will come out to be 310. Yes, sir. 7, 8, 9, 10, and 8, 9, 10, 1, 11. And children, this is the molecular weight. Now it is asking us to find out the percentage of phosphorus. So children, phosphorus is 62 parts present in this. So it will come out to be 62 out of 310 into 100. And if you calculate this value will come out to be this 20. So it is coming out to be 20%. So children, I hope this percentage composition you have followed. And children, many times indirect questions even are coming in the percentage composition. We'll do one question from the book, and it is asking us that it is again on percentage composition. Now the question says like that: potassium nitrate and potassium phosphate. So there are two compounds, potassium nitrate, and we have another compound, that is potassium phosphate. Potassium phosphate, K3PO4. So potassium nitrate and potassium phosphate are two potash fertilizers. If both fertilizers cost same, which of the two is a better potash fertilizer? So children, it is an indirect question. It is asking you that there are two fertilizers, one is potassium nitrate, another is potassium phosphate, and it is asking us to find out that if the cost of both these compounds are same, then which will be the better potash fertilizer. So for this children, we are going to find out the percentage of potassium present in potassium nitrate, and we are going to find out the percentage of potassium present in potassium phosphate. And children will see that the percentage which is higher in the compound will be a better potash fertilizer. So what we do children, first of all we calculate for this. We calculate the percentage of potassium present in potassium nitrate, and children, potassium is 39, nitrogen is 14, and oxygen is 16. And here we have phosphorus, which we already have discussed in the previous program, that is 31. So these are given. So first of all children, first we calculate the molecular weight of potassium nitrate, which comes out to be, potassium is 139 plus 14 plus 3 into 16, that makes 39 plus 14 plus 48, and it comes out to be 12 and 1, that makes 26, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it is 101 grams. So if we calculate the gram molecular weight, it comes out. Now children, we calculate the percentage of potassium. Potassium out of 103 gram is 39. So out of 100 it will be this. And if we calculate it children, it comes out to be 38.61%. Now children, the same program we do, or we calculate the percentage of potassium in potassium phosphate also. So second is, we find out the molecular weight of K3PO4, and K3 means children 39 into 3 plus phosphorus is 1 plus 4 into, or we can say 16 into 4, there are 4 atoms of oxygen, and this makes children, if you calculate this value, it is coming out to be 212 grams. And if we calculate the percentage of potassium over here, it is, the potassium is this value, so children 39 into 3 makes 27, and 9, 10, 11, that is 1 plus 31 plus 64, and this is making 212 grams. So we have calculated separately because we need this value also. So now percentage of potassium will be 117 upon 212 into 100, and this value comes out to be 55.18%. Now children, we have got two answers, and it is saying that if the same amount of fertilizer, that is potassium nitrate and potassium phosphate, cost the same, then which one will you opt as a better fertilizer? Now since the percentage of potassium in this potassium phosphate is more, so you can say that potassium phosphate is a better fertilizer. So answer will be, the question was which is the better potash fertilizer. So the answer is that K3PO4 or potassium phosphate is a better potassium fertilizer. So children, in this program an indirect question on percentage composition has been asked, and children, we can do all these questions. They are simple questions, and you try out all these questions given in your book also, and there are some solved questions given. You can just go through it. Please practice some questions, and we have done it because I have already calculated the values. But children, when you do it in the exam, this calculation takes time. So start practicing these programs, and you have to find out the value up to 2 places of decimal in all the calculations we do in the board exam. I hope children this is clear to you all. So these are the questions which we have done in percentage composition. Now children, in the next video we'll be doing some programs on empirical formula and molecular formula. I hope this part of the chapter is clear to you all, and thank you very much.